Okay, this is a special edition of White Sword TV. This is a Halloween. We're going to go back down the Shanghai Tunnels and check it out there during the special spooky version. It's supposed to be longer, so we'll see.
I'd like to welcome you. Glad we got you in, but turned away a lot of people. My name's Michael Jones. I'm with Cascade Geographic Society. Everybody here is a volunteer. People drive a long way. St. Helens, Mount Hood, Vancouver, Washington. So it takes a lot of work to make this happen. We're not a business, don't want to be a business. Try to make this go smoothly as we can. We have certain procedures we've learned how to make it go as smooth as possible. So please bear with us. If you think we don't know what we're doing, we do. We've done this a lot of times, and it's been a lot of sacrifice. 7 years of work has went into this. We've got tours less than 3 years. A lot of people have broken their backs. And you know, most people don't understand what has happened to make this tour work. It's taken sacrifice, a lot of wonderful people. People, you know, you see them tonight. And, you know, I really am amazed we're still going. Because more people keep going forward to help. We're interested in volunteering. After this tour, you feel that something strikes you later on that get a hold of us. Maybe there's a role for it. Some people don't work underground. They don't want to work underground. They do underground. So if you feel like you're doing it, get a hold of us. Now, all this goes to Cascade Geographic Society, which is a non-profit education organization. We do work all over, and one of our projects is underground that are known as the Shanghai Tunnels. This is an underground network that was comprised of such things as basements and interconnecting other basements and archways, so you can go from building to building to building, catacombs. Tunnels went under the streets, making block to block. Leave here tonight, we will know more about Shanghai than we thought we wanted. Now, I went into the underground the first time when I was 7 years old. One of the things you'll see in the underground tonight is the slab of walls. And that's one of my earliest recollections when I went into the underground. Almost immediately I saw slab of walls. These when you first come out from the log and the mill, people with money used it for firewood, and people without money would. And in the underground they turned it into a maze. You didn't know where you were going, you did not go. 7 years old was the first time when I started in my entire life in researching and exploring. Now, how many people think this is not
No,
how many people think we're trying to take it? How many people think here in the Skidmore Fountain area? Skidmore Fountain is just kind of right around the corner of the street. How many people don't know where you're at? Yeah, I'm going to tell you where you're at. You're in the Old North End. This is Captain John Hilton's donation land clinic. He came from Boston, which has an Old North End, and so he called his area the Old North End. By the 1880s, there was a beautiful fountain anchoring the south end of his claim. That became the dividing line between the so-called good part of the city and the bad part. Skidmore Fountain was the place. South, first opera house, first boat company. North, more places of life than any other area in the city. We had plenty of police, but no law enforcement. Now, this was always a unique area. Always will be a unique area. Especially when night drops its cover over the neighborhood. As shadows of evening begin reaching towards the midnight, things are not exactly as they seem. Especially here in the Portland underground. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, I don't believe in ghosts. I am a researcher, I am a historian, but I don't believe in ghosts. And I'll tell you, I can't explain why certain things happen. Why lights may turn on and off by themselves, why doors may open and close by themselves, why you might feel a hand on the back of your neck, and if you do, my advice, don't turn around. Don't do it. Because if you do, you'll see absolutely nothing. That happens only to women, not to men. what happens to men, they'll feel something tugging on their shirt, tugging on their coat, tugging on their pants leg, or like what's been happening lately, something trying to yank the coat off their backs. People turn around, they see their coat going like that, but no one's back their coat. We'll all be standing at the same place at the same time, and some of us, not all of us, will smell someone smoking a cigar, a cigarette, or a pipe, but you won't see what they're smoking, you won't see the smoke, you won't see the person. Some of you may even smell the perfume of a prostitute who you can't see. And I never reveal her fragrance you use because every time someone smells it, they identify it correctly. That's the way it's been since June 1st of this year. Now, it happened before then, but since June 1st, we have proof that at least one person referred to her as smoker. Now, I can't explain any of these things, but I don't believe in yours. Now, this is not Disneyland. Nothing jumps out at you. And what you see is what you get. You see somebody standing there wearing clothing that dates back 150 years ago, 100 years ago. Not only did we not put the clothing on the person's back, we didn't put that person there. Now, all of you should have my card. You have my card for two reasons. One, we're working on a gigantic historical puzzle in missing pieces. People on our tours are filling in the gaps for us. Okay? There's information which most people feel is not very significant. It's turned out to be very important. It's opened the door for you. So please share if you have it. The second reason is when things happen on our tours, people do not want to talk about it. They don't want to be teased or want to be made fun of. So they'll get a hold of us and let us know what's happening. Love, emails, details. And so I really want to get phone numbers to follow up. We have been cloud of this for years. We have learned a lot from what's happened. A lot of the things happen in the same spot. People don't know each other. Now we're going to hand out flashlight. This is your security blanket. This is going to make you feel more comfortable. But you don't all need a flashlight. The underground was meant to be seen as it was, in the darkness and shadow. Because it wasn't in the darkness and shadow, Shanghai would never return to the city. It wouldn't have lasted as long as it did. So,
I'm not good at speeches. That's why we've got the other guys.
Are you gonna do a song and dance in our
I can bring out my little pointy ears.
as well as off and down the West Coast. And it started out as a trickle. It wasn't much. But it boomed. And all up and down the West Coast, they were calling it crimping. The only place that called it Shanghai initially was here in Portland. Because this was the jumping off place for the Orient, and the furthest port these ships were supposed to go to was the port of Shanghai. So we called it Shanghai. Eventually that term spread throughout the West Coast and did not enter the dictionary until about 1871, 21 years after the practice started here. Now Shanghai in this city was not like others. Here in Portland, Shanghaiers did not wait for any orders for men to come in before they went out and got their victims. They went out in advance to places of vice, like bordellos, opium dens, gambling parlors, saloons, pool halls. They collected their victims, they brought them into the underground, they locked them up in holding cells, made them available for these sea captains 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. No other city was like this. This is why Portland earned some incredible nicknames that you're going to find out later. We also had an old saying here, that there was always an able-bodied crew waiting for a needy captain. Now this alleyway and this courtyard we've named after Nina. If you've seen the Travel Channel's 10 most haunted places in North America, anybody seen that here? A couple of people. They designated the Portland Underground as number 10, and Nina's story was told. Nina lived in another city. She was brought here by white slavers, sold into prostitution. And this is where she and others like her were going to die. In the 1880s, when Nina was in this area, missionaries came down to the Old North End and they set up sailor missions. The objective of these missions was to draw the men out of the places of vice and get them into a safe harbor. Get them away from these Shanghaiers. It didn't work. Shanghaiing didn't end. So they realized they needed an inside person. So they befriended Nina. They told Nina, if you help us by giving us all the information you can about these Shanghaiers, we will get you back home to your family. Nina knew she'd be risking her life, but she had to get away, so she reluctantly agreed to help. After a relatively short period of time, Nina had provided so much information to these missionaries that they naively took it to the police. And oh yes, they were very interested. They wanted to know who had provided such details. When they mentioned Nina's name, it sealed her fate. And 2 nights later, Nina was thrown down the elevator shaft. And ever since the night of her death, they say that not only does she haunt the elevator shaft, but this alleyway, this courtyard, she's been sighted walking along 3rd Avenue and even in Hobo's restaurant. In fact, right through there, through the back door, the first table you run into on the left, there's a beautiful gold rectangular mirror. Nina's image has been sighted in that mirror repeatedly. People who see Nina will approach her because of the way she's dressed and ask her if she's going to or from a costume party. They say as soon as you speak to her, she turns around and walks the other way, not saying a word, because the last time she spoke, it cost her her life. And as she walks away, she will disappear right before your eyes. Now, I said before, this is not Disneyland. What you see is what you get. Now, be aware of what's above ground and what's below ground. I can't point everything out to you. Especially when you leave this alley, you'll know on the right, there's this beautiful metal door, very old. That was built not to keep people out, but in. Cowboys, sheepherders, people that worked along the river like the early day longshoremen, they were here to blow off steam. They weren't thinking of anything except that prostitute hanging out that window. She would entice him and say, honey, you got to go through here to get to me. They would hustle down these stairs. When they got to the bottom, directly in front of them was a set of double doors. Behind the double doors were stairs leading up to the hotel. But also on the right and the left, there were double doors. Before they could reach the stairs to the hotel, a hand reached out and grabbed them. They were harpooned. That's the term they used, harpooned. When you were harpooned, you never escaped. They dragged you off into another section of the underground, where they locked you up, made you available for these sea captains 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. No other city was like that. I can't stress that enough. Now this is basically how it looked, except this door wasn't here. This was a recessed doorway. That top shelf wasn't there, and the shelf to the left wasn't there, but everything was the same. Now as you go down these steps now, the only changes you'll see is the stairs straight ahead of you, half of them are gone. Bottle diggers broke in one night and tore them out, and they dug deep holes for historic bottles. Up to 2 years ago, the double doors on the right and the left were there. Unfortunately, 2 years ago, they ripped them out. The only thing left is on the right. There's a couple hinges in one section Otherwise, this is how it was. Now, single file going down the stairs, please use the handrail. Turn your flashlights on if you have one. And follow me. They didn't assess someone's height or the weight. There's one dose for everyone. That didn't work, they gave them a second. That didn't work, they gave them a third. That didn't work, they gave them a fourth. And people were dying. So along came a man named Doc Baker. Now, Doc Baker actually worked for the maritime industry, and he invented 3 pills. A big pill, a medium-sized pill, and a little pill. Even the stupidest Shanghai could figure this one out, and the death rate went down to practically nothing. The main ingredient was opium. So popular it was, they called it Doc Baker's Delight. That's what the Shanghai is called. Now, in spite of Doc Baker's great pills, people were still dying. When they shoved them into these holding cells, which were 6 by 6, 6 by 8, 8 by 8, 8 by 10, if they were lucky, 10 by 10. They crammed these men together, and when they had too many victims, they just kept pushing them in, and sometimes people died. Now, what do you do with a dead guy here in the Old North End in the underground?
Put him in the Willamette.
If you're near the river, you dump him in the river. If you weren't near the river, you dumped him in the street, because what's another dead guy here in the Old North End? There were dead guys all over the place. Look at Portland's early death records, turn of the century. Young men found dead in the street. No wounds, no marks, no bruises, just dead. And back in those days, they didn't have the ability to assess what had happened. So it was just another dead guy. Well, some Shanghaiers did not want to dump him in the river when they had a body. Did not want to dump him in the street because of those missionaries. They were afraid of him. Maybe they were sided with this guy. So they did an alternative approach to get rid of the corpses. And up until last year, I hadn't heard anybody mention this for 30 years. Last time I heard it was from Al Zornado, an old-time Portland street cop, and he was very detailed. Well, last year, a lady called me, just started managing a building down here. She took me down to her section of the underground. No longer under the building, you're actually under the second floor.
Oh no! Oh, that's another.
Okay, Michael, we're all in.
Okay. We've only been in this building really since June, and we rarely come here. Most of our tours, we're using this section here for the Halloween tour, as well as our regular section. Our first group here is a group of German students. When they got to this location, they began talking German now. The translator told me essentially what they're saying is they believe it was definitely used to burn up their bodies. Right after that, we had a couple who just came back from Germany, went to a concentration camp on a tour, and said that this furnace looks exactly like those, except this is twice the size. Since that time up to last night, we have a total of 26 people who have been to Germany and went to the concentration camps, and they all said the same thing. Not only looks like the same thing, except twice the size, and the feeling they were getting standing here, they were getting standing here. Like I said, we don't know. There's no clue, but it is the oral history that has survived. This was used to heat the building. They burned coal and wood. Now what's first?
The guinea pig on photos tonight. We have Michael, Lisa, Dave, myself, and Patrick. After the tour, we'll be happy to look at it.
We have done no restoration to this section. All we've done is clean up garbage. The legends began starting in January 4th. Otherwise, all that time. These elevator doors,
Oh, I've been down here before. I've been into it a couple times. Yeah. So I just walked out over there.
More people report smelling her perfume than any other state. People.
Okay, Michael.
For several years, we have been told that bottled it doesn't heat cold. Now, our next stop is Hobo's Restaurant. We're going to go through a trapdoor. When you go down through Hobo's, you don't have the luxury of this headroom right here. This headroom was put in to accommodate floodwaters. Because when the underground flood, when Portland flooded, the underground flooded. Hobo's section is normal. They never allow the flood. Now, we've cut out over 58 truckloads, actually 58.5 truckloads of low pipes. But we still have low pipes. So, you have to be very careful with the underground. Now, if you hit your head in the other, you're not calling it in your head. You're calling it in the other. You do not want to be left behind. Now, who are the people that hit their head usually? It is short people. Why short people? Because they think they'll never hit their head. They are the ones that hit their head, especially going down through the trap door and coming up through the trap door. And I can tell you this, I am tired of hearing that sound with the head collide with that arch flow. And almost 9 times out of 10, it is a short person. So short people, please, be careful. All right, now we're going to be walking underneath Coos Street, and then we'll be walking over Coos Street.
Oh shit! They didn't see that. Is that a piano, Ghost? Ghost piano?
Okay, Michael, we're all in.
Change is always impacting the underground. When they tore down the waterfront in 1945, that impacted it. They put in the seawall.
They're working, not just particles.
Yeah, you have to throw flashlight beams. It's like, yeah, flashlight beams. buying bricks out of the walls or anything else.
Oh, boots. That's creepy. That's creepy.
Okay, everybody's there. We just gotta get them all up there. So everybody get up close. We're gonna be looking at the boots in a minute.
Holding cells that came out from this wall behind me. We would be standing right in the holding cells. This one here was made out of brick. This one here, that was made out of brick, and back in the corner, that was made out of stone. They were built in the 1880s and they stood till 1974. 1974, the fire marshal walked through the underground, ordered them torn down. That's the way it was. Every opportunity the city could take to erase the past, they did. This is what it was like in those holding cells. The holding cells was the key to Portland's infamous Shanghai trade. These men didn't know what time it was, didn't know what day it was. They knew nothing except what that Shanghaier wanted to know, which was absolutely nothing. Never told them they're going to be sold, never told them they're going to be Shanghai. They kept them in limbo. Now the sanitation down here was chamber pots and buckets. Now some of you are thinking, okay, if I was locked up here, I'd be yelling and screaming because there's businesses above. But you wouldn't be. Because these Shanghaiers, if you made any noise, would come down and beat you up. And besides, those businesses couldn't hear you anyways. They were paid not to. When everybody was paid, nobody saw a thing, nobody heard a thing. When you were off the ship, when the voyage was over, you were off the ship. They didn't need you. You may end up in a foreign country, could be in some East Coast city. It didn't matter. You were gone. You then had to get on another ship, take another voyage, and eventually maybe get back here. When they finally put you aboard ship as a Shanghai man, you were considered the lowest form of life on earth. Nothing was considered lower than a Shanghai man, not even the rats. That meant when they ran out of food, you would be the first one eaten because cannibalism was alive and well on those ships. They called it the custom of the...
Okay, right here, he's not, I didn't get it, but this is the door that they used to keep prostitutes in, that you're going to see in a second, until they broke them and accepted the fact that they are now Shanghai and we're going to be prostitutes until whenever. So we're going to look in here for a second. This is just a small box, no bigger than your hallway closet that they keep these girls in. Pretty spooky. But another thing too, the boots. Sorry, I didn't get it. The boots was left behind for people that they took them off. They took them off to some loggers and logger boots they used up in Alaska to walk on wood. Sorry I didn't get that in there. I just wanted to make a comment about the door here. That this is where they used to keep hookers.
And go for a walk to the west side of the Morrison Creek Bridge. Go to that location where the lanes takes off back across the river to the east side. You will see a new bank building standing there. Park yourself outside that building. Try to tune out the sound of the traffic. Listen carefully. When people say you will hear cries coming from beneath your feet. They say that it's the cries of ghosts that came about from the incident in this story. Now, this is probably one of Portland's most famous Shanghai stories. And it actually took place. That look.
Excuse me. I'm gonna go straight.
Good deal there.
That's cool.
Right here, if you have all the pipes here. This pipe is down to the
Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Out of the one that we found, the saloons were the main places that the Shanghai got their liquor. They were the top places. Everyone would end up there. Those were the best places. And when they caught, it was not free. There were more opportunities for drinking. The loser was keeping that box out of the street. There's a crew that worked the alleyway between the buildings. They would rush out, grab the loser, pull them into the alleyways, and build them down into the underground, where they locked them up and holding cells like this one here. This was the best of the work. If you ever be locked up, you want to be locked up here because you can breathe. Now, what's interesting about these bars, they were designed in such a way that the victims could easily get their fingers to. Because the Shanghaiers knew just how powerful these things were. They were loggers, they were sailors, and if they could get their fingers to these bars, and if they got a hold of the main, they got a hold of those Shanghaiers, they would not turn loose. So they designed these bars in such a way that they couldn't easily get their fingers. Now, you're going to have an opportunity to go through in this movie cell later on and put your mattress. The mattress was here to break your fall. The objective wasn't to hurt anyone. The objective was to remove the individual from the world above and get him into the underground as fast as possible. This door worked on a counterweight system and would slam back shut. And no one would have seen a thing. Now I know what you're thinking. How can you fall through the floor in a crowded saloon and no one notice? Simple. Because the objective of that saloon back in those days was to get everybody drunk. That meant the victims and the witnesses. And the Shanghaiers knew that the only way to accomplish this was to keep the men at the bar drinking. Do not let them leave for any reason. And back in those days, the men didn't sit at the bar, they stood. So they built the trough right where the men stood. The trough was made out of tin, brass, or if you pulled that lever and down they came. This was called the deadfall. It was called the deadfall, not because people died.
This guy lost his head.
People have been asking me who's the most infamous Shanghaier here in Portland. He was famous not just for that, but another thing. Took place 120 years ago. A terrible storm came in from the sea, bringing torrents of rain and wind and cold, drove everybody out of the old North End. Buffalo had a farm. Open, filled with woods for a fourth. This guy's not going to cost you $50. He's not going to cost you $55. He's not going to cost you. And if you don't want him, that's okay. We'll just take him to the ship next door and guarantee you get a lot more for it there. I want it. Never had a man this big. They always down to the ship there and I'm going to hope you know I can see the our advice, let us sleep as long as we want. Don't go here. Well, after the captain sailed the ship across the bar to the sea, he decided to go fire. Trying to get a look like this man his face. He went down to the forward boat and tried to take it away. Lo and behold, the knockout dropped through. A rapid. He found this God's way. Ordered his crew to toss it overboard and later on it washed up again the next door. Now, how could Buffalo dare sell this cargo and try to pass it off as a person? Wasn't he worried about future business with his captain? Not really, because he was a good captain. He didn't the captain was bad. But guarantee the next time the captain talks to him, he may not know if he was alive or dead. They still shoot him. Too sure. It's all for the old times. When the cigar started in Shanghai, a new shadow came to him. It was bigger than the other. He said, "It was the spirit of this part of the living here." When we brought it back about 4 years ago, right around this women that said they felt something in their hair, we tried to take photographs of them. Raise your arm.
Yeah, hi. I'm back again. You're about to come up to a scene where it goes completely pitch black. This is just a white sword goof. I want to go ahead and make a comment on all the footstepping you're hearing. Sad to say it, it's not a ghost or anything else. It's actually the bar upstairs. It kind of freaked me out the first time because I was like, "Whoa, the ghost." Anyways, so it's nothing to be worried about. These are the bars he was talking about where they couldn't reach through to grab them. Not that you probably hear much of the tour anyways, because I didn't care about the tour. I just wanted to go my own way. But just give us a shout.
Is there another one?
No, that's it.
Portland was not that prim and proper Victorian city snuggled against the banks of the Willamette River like we have been made to believe. It was like every other big city. It had corruption, it had vice, but it was different in this respect with Shanghai trade. They collected their victims in advance, they brought them to the underground, locked them up in holding cells, made them available to be sea captains. 7 days of each 24 hours. No other city was like this. This is why Portland earned its nickname, the Unheavenly City, the Forbidden City, the Shanghai capital of the world, and today, the 10th most haunted place in North America. Now let me
Come on with the camera! Hi guys.
Hi! Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween. So where you guys just coming from? Fish Grotto here?
What's that?
What's this place called?
It's called Boxes.
Oh, it used to be the Fish Grotto. Okay, cool.
There's still the Fish Grotto, it's just around the corner.
What are they doing there? Is it just a bar and that's it?
Yeah, there's just dancing.
Cool,
That's
cool.
it.
You guys in there busting a move?
Nobody's dancing.
Nobody's dancing?
Yeah, I busted a move.
And you were the only one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dancer.
Yeah. Okay, guys. White Sword TV.
White
Sword
Sword
TV. Just about Portland. I said it's Halloween. I'm just filming people's costumes.
Okay.
What are you supposed to be?
I'm a woodland creature.
A what?
Woodland creature.
Cool, cool, cool. And you a princess?
She's Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth,
No.
the first, second, or the
Yeah,
first?
I'm gonna cut your head off!
Oh no. Where are you guys headed to?
Home.
Home? What time is it? It's like only like 9 o'clock.
It's only 9.
No, it's more like 10:30.
No, we're just cruising.
Yeah, so we're.
Our real Halloween was Friday night.
Yeah.
That's whenever we really went out and didn't get home till.
And you're what, Mr. Ribbit or?
I'm a plague.
You're a what?
A plague.
A plague.
The plague of frogs.
Oh, the plague of frogs from God, the book of Bible, the Bible thing, that Bible thing.
Yeah, that Bible thing.
Cool. Okay, man. Where you headed to?
I'm heading.
Hey, you guys are strangers.
Flashlights on TV. Flashlights on TV.
Did you just see that?
Yeah, I seen that. Hi guys, how you guys doing? Cool. I like your costume. I like yours. You're back up to get all. You turn around. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Cool, cool. You two, where are you supposed to be?
Oprah White on crack.
Oh, that's.
Fix them!
socks.
Sorry, I had
You guys having fun?
Oh yeah.
Where you guys going?
We escaped.
The escape? Cool, cool. Okay. You guys have fun.
You too.
Smiley face killer.
The smiley face killer.
My girlfriend. All she did was nag, nag, nag.
Okay, you like White Sword TV? Yell it.
I love White Sword TV.
Come on, with a little spunk over there.
Rachel. Do it.
Okay, you ready?
What was it? I love
White Sword TV.
White Sword TV.
Okay, you ready?
Ready?
Go.
I love White Sword TV.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey guys, how you doing? You guys want to be in my show? You guys want to be in my TV show?
Your TV show?
Yeah, I have a TV show about Portland. Just filming Halloween costumes tonight. So, what are you guys up to?
Well, I just did some zoo bombing.
Zubon?
My steed Rocinante.
This your steed Rocinante?
Don Quixote de la Mancha.
Yeah?
The greatest knight that ever lived in Spain.
Okay.
It was successful. I vanquished various foes. I defended the virtue of the lady. And it was fierce and glorious combat.
Cool, cool.
These kids, I think, went volunteering some sort of boat thing.
Oh,
It
yeah?
might be interesting to discuss with them.
Vote?
Yeah,
Vote for who?
they hassled some people to vote, just in general.
For Carrie?
I think for anyone, just in general to get in.
Just to get people out and vote? Yeah. Hi guys.
Do you think we should be able to have a trick or treat? Yeah. Okay. That was my question. Thank you.
I'm also videotaping you just because I like your costume.
I love her. Metal parking lot. I like walking through almost now.
Metal parking lot. See you guys later, man.
Oh my god, remember my brother? When he got my brother got hit this time. There you go.
There we go. There's how's it going, guys? It's White Sword TV, just filming Halloween costumes.
Okay.
Okay.
But you need performance releases to film anyone standing in front of the club.
Okay.
Pull the camera away.
You're anime. What are you supposed to be? What's your anime?
No one in particular. In the car. Fun.
Just anime in general? And what about you in the car?
Sailor.
Sailor. Cool.
Is there a lot of people out tonight?
Film me.
Yeah, we're gonna put you on TV.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay. How's it going, guys? You guys having a nice Halloween?
We're gonna all split.
Oh! Cool. Okay, here we go. Do something.
Oh, there you are.
You guys want to say you guys like White Sword TV?
Yeah, White Star TV.
White Sword.
White Sword TV.
Oh, thank you guys.